What's good, everyone? What's going on? Yeah, this fucking algorithm. It's funny how ever since I made that video, remember that video I made? I think it was my last video I made. It was talking about how shit. What the fuck is the name of that video? I think it was the last video, the video before. I was talking about how everything is shifted. Yeah, in this new shift, you need to be in a blissed out state. And even before that video, I was talking about because in my videos, I will always talk about how we're in a new shift and everything's different. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if they copying me or what the fuck it is. But ever since I've been speaking it on my page, every fucking channel has been speaking about how we're in a new shift and like I don't get me wrong, everyone's always been saying we're in a new shift, but the way I was describing it in my previous video, I've been seeing a lot of videos all of a sudden, like recent videos that were after the video I made, talking about how this new year is different. This is why everybody's depressed and miserable. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, because a lot of these fucking channels will tell you we're in a new shift. Everyone's depressed and miserable because of this shift. No, everybody's depressed and miserable because they don't have energy running through their body. They're not breatharian. They're not doing yoga or meditative intense practices. Not no bum ass bullshit meditation they teach you. Like intense intention focus meditation, intense intention focused yoga and breatharian fasting with intention, not even fasting, because that's not fasting is something else, but actually developing it. Like when you're doing that, the shift is none of that shit matters. Like people who say like, oh, life sucks or nothing's entertaining no more. These are people that's their problem. That's what they're going through because they're lacking energy. These are the people who say that are people who depend solely on external things for them to feel happy. So in the old shift, it was much more easier to focus on external things and feel some type of bliss, pleasure, content from external things. Now in this new shift, you can't really do that because it's like cheating. You're like cheating. You're not doing the internal work. So the spirit has cut that shit off. So now you see a bunch of Gen Z. I don't even want to keep putting this shit on Gen Z. This is everyone in general because most people are degenerate as fuck. So I don't want to just keep putting this shit on Gen Z, but Gen Z is the only one who speaks openly about it. Everyone's going through this. In my city, there was just a fucking story on the news. It was a police detective that was fucking in the police force for like over 10 years. And this nigga fucking like killed his wife and he killed himself all of a sudden. Like literally all of us. This was like recently, like after Christmas. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's funny because everybody's looking at it from a surface perspective, but nobody's looking at it like what the fuck was going on. Like nobody's seen any signs. And everyone's like, everything was good. We didn't know this was going. And it's like, it's because of this shift, because this shift is driving people insane because you have to do internal work. You can't really be focused externally. Like 2022 was like literally the last year where it started getting like that. And 2025 was the first year where like you couldn't do that shit no more. So right now we're like at a reset and everything is like pretty much like the way the universe is treating everybody right now is you should have been doing this shit like 5-6 years ago. So right now it's not even training season. This is like they're putting you on the field. So if you don't know how to handle that gun, if you don't know how to do shit, if you didn't learn from the on the training, you're like fucked right now because it's really no more training. We're out of training season. We're like straight up in the field. You got to do what the fuck you were supposed to do and learn from it. So we're in a different shift. So you're gonna start seeing a lot of more things like what I talked about, like that the police detective. This thing is a straight detective. Like he investigates murders and shit like this. This nigga went. killed himself, killed the bitch he was with, and then it was a murder suicide. And everyone just speaking of it. Like, what baffles me is everybody's speaking of this shit like it's just some type of like they're speaking of it on a surface level. Like, oh, like, you know how they speak dumb shit, like, oh, it was a murder suicide and this and that, and like just on the surface, they're not speaking about it from a deeper perspective. Like, how the fuck did this happen? How the fuck do you prevent this shit from happening? Why wasn't there any signs? Why the fuck was he a goddamn police detective? Who knows how many people he screwed over and how much corruption he did with his mental psyche. And when you look at his picture, this nigga looks psychotic because you can tell by the eyes and the energy. This is why they need to teach kids in education how to read energy, because if you were actually able to see this nigga, he looks like somebody who's psychotic. He looks like somebody who like beat the fuck out of his wife. Like, and I could read energy because my neighbor before I moved out here in the apartment we were staying at, when I seen this nigga, he looked hella crazy. And like I didn't think of it. I just thought this nigga looked crazy, and I just went on about my day. Then come to find out, I heard yelling. I guess he was like beating the shit out of the bitch, and she came running out, and there was blood in front of our walkway because she was bleeding and she was running. And I'm like, I knew this nigga was crazy, but you can't judge people because they don't judge a book by its cover. Oh, you don't know people, but yet you can actually know if somebody's crazy. And like, I'm seeing a lot of that shit nowadays. A lot of people are fucking crazy nowadays. Like, people are fucking crazy. So you got to be careful dealing with these motherfuckers out here, because we're in this new shift and everything's coming to the surface. You can't hide from anything. Everything is like switching up. So that's what I was telling you. And I seen this one channel. This is because you can tell, like, the people who run YouTube, you can tell like the shit that's because whatever people talk about, that's what's on their mind. So that's why I tell you guys, like, everything I speak on my channel, it pertains to me. I'm not trying to wake nobody up. I don't give a fuck about waking nobody up. And you should do the same as well, because everything I speak on my channel pertains to me. So don't think I'm speaking for everyone or I'm speaking about something that doesn't have nothing to do with me. Everything on my channel has everything. That's why I'm glad, like, a lot of people left my channel, because a lot of people, they got offended by my channel because of the way I speak. But what they fail to realize is everything on my channel is what I want to talk about. And if I want to talk about something, it's because something that I observe or I'm dealing with, or it's to do with me. I'm not gonna talk about fucking Hot Wheels and collecting them fucking toys. And I don't do that because that's not something I do. I'm gonna talk about shit. So when people watch my channel, they'll sit there and say, you're projecting, or they'll say that. And I'm like, okay, even if I was projecting, why are you wasting your time watching me? And even if I was projecting an emotion, you can heal that. You can get out of that. You being as intelligent as me, you can never reach that in this lifetime. You will have to die a lot of lifetimes and go through a lot of experience. So my spirit, and people who watch my channel who resonate on a deep level, our spirit is well beyond yours. So what you're telling me that I have to do, if I have to do that, I can easily fix that. What you have to do to get into a certain conscious awareness, it's going to take you more than this lifetime. Obviously, you watching somebody's channel, you're saying that's projecting. Why the fuck would you do that, you idiot? So that shows you're already far behind. And for you to think somebody's projecting, and for you to even say that to me, means that what I said triggered you, it upset you, and I hurt your feelings. And that's the reason why you have a lot of shadow banning and these agents that want to shadow ban and hide people from that. Is because their feelings is hurt. A lot of you niggas used to think that, oh, they're blocking my channel because the information's deep. On a certain level, that is correct. But I feel, especially nowadays, the reason why a lot of people get shadow banned is the same reason you have a lot of bitch ass niggas that go on your channel and pretend that they cool. And well, you can't pretend with me because I can reach your energy, but I just play along with it. But then they'll like show themselves as they're cool, and then they'll not be cool is because they get their fucking feelings hurt. So when you have the government who's they're in control of the not the like the agents who run YouTube, they're in control of the algorithm. They have that power. So they can exercise that power when they get their feelings hurt. So when you hurt their feelings, they could just ban your channel, play games. But when you hurt somebody, one of you, like somebody who was a subscriber, you hurt their feelings. Only thing they can do is talk shit. But at the end of the day, motherfuckers getting their feelings hurt. So when you get your channel shadow banned, you in this day and age is not about information because everybody's retarded. Most people, 99% of people are fucking retarded. So if you look at it from that perspective, there's nothing I can say. Even if I was telling you the blatant truth that the government is going to do this, people would not believe me because everyone believes in that Bible. Everybody believes in that doctrine, that way of thinking that the government has, the system has imposed. So even if they say fuck the system, they still believe in it. So even if I was speaking truth, people aren't going to be receptive to it. So for you to get shadow banned because you're speaking truth in 2026, that's some bullshit. The reason you're getting shadow banned is because you're hurting people's feelings. Like me, I talk a lot of shit on my channel, and there's certain things that I say and do, which if you're trying to be in the algorithm, you don't want to say and do. And they get their feelings hurt. They get upset because of how they think society should be, and I'm against that. And a lot of people they just talk their shit on here. I talk my shit and I actually do shit in real life, which I don't condone. So that hurts a lot of people's feelings. So that's why my channel's still stuck at 4 something. The unsubscribers because motherfuckers got their feelings hurt. So and I like to be honest, certain things I wish I didn't say, not because of the algorithm, but I just don't want that attention. So like that's why I don't really even really speak so much like that shit no more, or I'm gonna be like kind of cutting back because I can give a fuck about the algorithm because even the people that are getting views, their money, like the way YouTube is getting restructured, everybody's getting a hit right now. Like even the channels you see with tens of thousands of views, they're not even getting the same amount of money as they were like 2, 3, 4 years ago because there's so much bot, there's so much oversaturation. And it's like most people like it's just a bunch of useless views. The first when you have a channel on YouTube, your intention was to have a channel and build yourself up, have a product and sell it. And the YouTube views was a complimentary. It was like a side income. But the product you're selling was the actual reason you're on YouTube. The views and the extra, what the fuck they call it? What's the damn it? What's that shit they call when you make money on YouTube? The side income or the all of that shit where you get paid for views. That shit. That's supposed to be a complimentary. It's not supposed to be the thing. But the thing is, everybody that's watching YouTube videos, ad revenue. That's what it is. The ad revenue was supposed to be a supplementary. It wasn't supposed to be the main thing, like a career. Anybody who thought it was a career is somebody who watches Mr. Beast and I Show Speed, and you're retarded if you think I Show Speed and Mr. Beast get all their money from YouTube. These niggas get sponsored. These niggas get paid for appearances. These niggas get kickback from certain elite wealthy families disguised as corporations and all this so they can be a puppet. They're not getting all their money from YouTube. So I don't know. So anybody thinking you can make a career is idiots who are infatuated with people like Mr. Beast, I Show Speed, thinking that these people make their whole living, which you can't. So the main thing was to have a product you sell on YouTube, or even in just like in real life, because in order to have a product you're selling on YouTube, you have to be able to sell it in real life first. If you can't sell it to the people in real life, then you're not going to be able to sell on YouTube because YouTube is supposed to be internet and social media is secondary. And in this new shift, everybody's realizing that from 2020 to 2024, 23, everybody was so thinking that social media was the goal. That's why that financial financial guru, all that shit, it took off like around 2020. And it was like, because that's when the pandemic happened. Everybody was on in timeout because the government said you got to sit down, go to timeout, and don't go outside. You're going to be in trouble. Remember when the government did that? That's when everyone was starting to look at social media like, oh, this is a career. But in 2026, we're like in a different shift where all of that shit was bullshit. So right now, you can't. It's even to sell a product on YouTube now, it's not as lucrative as it was before because most people who are on YouTube now are like not even loyal. Like nobody's really loyal to anyone really for the most part. Like everybody thinks that they can do it better. Like if you're like I Show Speed, nobody gives a fuck about him. Everyone's looking at him like I want to take his position and do it better than him. Even a rapper, oh, I can make my own rap. So everyone like we're at it because Saturn's in Aries. Every Aries is about self. Everybody's looking at themselves like, well, I'm gonna just do this on my own. So this is why like nobody's really supporting anyone now because everyone thinks they can do it on their own. So this is why I say you shouldn't even make a career out of this. And even if you are making a career out of it and getting views, you're not even making that much money because the people on you, the quality of people are like downgraded, and it's still the same people, but people's mental thought, like the mind of the people has deteriorated. Like we're at a time right now where you're either very thriving or you're very lacking and going through problems. There's no in between. So a lot of people right now are like lacking based upon everyone wants to be in a comfort zone. And like in this new shift, you can't cheat. You can't. This is why you see so many. I don't know. You guys see these videos. They be on my algorithm. Why nothing feels the same no more? Nothing feels the same no more because you're not doing what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. You fucking idiot. Like everyone likes to sit here and just act like, oh, it's just the system why life sucks. No, it's the lack of you doing shit. Like most people don't have enough pranic chi energy running through their nervous system, so they can't see life as when they were a child and they're young. They can only see it as like a depressed adult, and then they want you to say it's because you're getting older, things aren't fun anymore. No, that's not what it is. You just lack prana chi going through your fucking nervous system, you fucking idiot. You need to develop that prana and your chi throughout the nervous system. I don't know why it's so complicated, but everyone likes to just make excuses. So when their life sucks, all they have to do is just be like, oh, it's not my fault, it's because of the system. Life sucks. Nothing, the food isn't good, this isn't good. And don't get me wrong, the food sucks. But like entertainment sucks, all that. Yeah, it sucks. But who the fuck said you need food and entertainment to be happy and have a good time? For you to say that everything sucks and that's why you're depressed means you depend solely on the government and what they release for your happiness. You need the government, you need the system for you to be happy. Oh, the movie sucked now, so everything sucks in life. Who the fuck said you need to watch a movie for your life to be good? Dumbass. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't fall into that trap where they want you to think life sucks. No, life sucks because we're in a new shift and you need to develop a certain amount of prana, chi, energy going through your nervous system through meditation, fasting, yoga, intense meditation. I don't even like to use that word meditation because there's like 99% of the meditation out here is bullshit. Meditation is actually doing what your spirit wants to do. That's what meditation is. Meditation is not closing your eyes, breathing or whatever. Not to say you can't breathe in, you can't close your eyes. You can't do that. But if you're not supposed to do that or that's not for you, then that ain't meditation. You just copying somebody. Meditation is doing what your spirit wants you to do. So if your spirit wants you to do a specific task and that task brings you clarity and it brings you fulfillment and you do it regularly, that's a meditation. So fasting is a meditation, yoga is a meditation, breath work is it can be a meditation. For me, it is. Other people may not be. Somebody maybe do something else. And whatever you need to do, I don't give a fuck because that's not something I need to do. So why are you even on my fucking channel? I speak for people who are doing breatharian, fasting, yoga, and qigong, shit like that. So if you're not doing that, I really don't give a fuck what you're doing. Not out of disrespect, but I'm not doing it. And I don't have time to waste on trying to study something I don't need to do because time is really of the essence. It's like, it's not time is different. So a lot of you niggas is about to don't understand. You look at me like I'm crazy, but just wait 10, 15 years. It's gonna 10, 15 years is gonna feel like literally like 2 years because we're in a different shift and time isn't the same as it was in the last shift. So you look at me like I'm crazy now, but that's what I'm telling you. You got to start doing what you're doing right now because eventually it's not gonna be no more opportunities to do shit in this world. There already aren't really any at the end of the day. That's why I focus and I tell you guys, develop your prana, chi, flow, energy because that's going to get you in a different state of awareness, and therefore you can create opportunities through your thought. So how you think is going to be so strong, and how you're aware is so strong. It's going to actually form different shapes and situations in the external world. So different things are going to play out. You're going to meet like I notice when I go on my fast for like over 20 days, over 15 days, I start seeing people in the external reality I don't see before when I'm not doing my fast, or situations like I was like the other day because I'm on an extended fast right now. The other day I went outside, a bird came right when I opened my door and it was eating a berry. It came right by my door like it was gonna get in my car. It wasn't scared or nothing. I don't see this type of shit. Not to mention other things, different type of people that I would see that I don't normally fucking see. It's because when your awareness is so strong, it forms different shapes and situations in the external reality. So that's why I say you want to get your energy internally up. So therefore you can create your own opportunity. Ain't no opportunity given to you. You have to create your own opportunities by the way you think, and then it makes it into the reality. It's like you're cooking some type of food. You can't cook cookies if you don't got the fucking ingredients. You're not cooking cookies and you just got water. Ain't nobody have no water cookie in forever. Like that doesn't exist. A water cookie. You need fucking like dough, you need flour, you need sugar, you need all of this shit. You can't just have no water cookie. So you need the ingredients. What are the ingredients? What I'm talking about, that's your mind and how you're thinking and shit. And it's not even how you're thinking, because how you think, like people like one thing they'll tell you like, oh, you think negative. You'll have these dumbass people that say, your thoughts aren't yours. Your thoughts aren't yours. Don't listen to no, bitch. Your thoughts are yours, bitch. That's why you have them. Your thoughts are yours. You want to change your emotion, how you feel, so therefore you don't think the same way. I don't feel horny around a man, so I'm not going to have those gay thoughts. If you have gay thoughts, that means it's your fucking thought. You see what I'm saying? Like if you're not hungry, you're not going to be thinking about food, about eating food. If you're full, you're not thinking about eating. So when you're thinking about eating, that means emotionally something is going on where it's creating those thoughts. It's synonymous, emotions and thoughts. So your thoughts are yours, idiot. I hate when people say, oh, your thoughts aren't yours. Your thoughts are yours. Yes, they fucking are. That's why you're having them. I don't have the thoughts you have. The thing is, you want to change your inner state, so therefore you don't have those thoughts. Why? If you say, "Oh, I'm having thoughts of wanting, I want to quit smoking, but I keep having thoughts to want to smoke," those thoughts are mine. Don't listen to them. I'm not saying you should listen to them. Don't listen to those thoughts if they're telling you to smoke, but understand those thoughts are yours. The reason you're wanting to smoke is because deep down you haven't kicked the addiction. Because if you truly kick the addiction, you will not have a thought to smoke. So you need to work on external. People that say your thoughts aren't yours, those are people who don't want to do the internal work. So they want to just push through it, and you will always fail, because any battle against yourself, you can never win. That's the strongest opponent, is you. You can't. This is why when you go in, you're dreaming and you have a dream, and there'll be some monster or entity and you can't get away from it, or be some type of negative thing, and no matter where you go, it's there. And you keep like, why is this thing so, or something pisses you off and you're trying to fight it, but you can't, because that's you. That's another aspect of you. So you're mad at yourself. So remember when you have a dream and something pisses you off and you want to just, but it's like, who you mad at? You mad at yourself. So in real life, when you're awake, you're doing things that show you that you're mad at yourself. So when you're dreaming, it plays out as somebody that looks like your worst enemy. It could be somebody that pissed you off in high school. They call you a bitch ass nigga and you want to beat their ass in the dream world. That's you. So you can't win a war with yourself. How you win a war with yourself is to acknowledge it and to make peace with it and to change internally. And then your thoughts will change. Therefore, when you're gonna have different dreams. You won't even have that dream no more. It's not about going into that dream and killing that person or fighting it. You're just killing yourself. You're just harming yourself. You want to change the way you are internally, doing the external work internally. So when you dream, you have different types of dream. You have different experiences in real life. You see what I'm saying? People need to take responsibility of their fucking shit. I hate when motherfuckers say, "Oh, your thoughts aren't yours." Then who the fuck are they? Then you're having them. You ain't having a thought. You're not having a positive thought. People who say that they only have negative thoughts. If you had a positive thought of something that was blissful and happy, I bet you they're gonna say that that's their thought. Oh, I had a thought of something peaceful and blissful. That's my thought. But it's a negative thought. Oh, don't listen to it. It's a no. That is your thought, bitch. Why are you having that thought? Once you realize it's your thought, then you can deal with the internal problems that you have, heal those, and you'll never have that thought again. You wouldn't even have to try to not have that thought. It'd just be hard for you to think. Just like certain, it's just like me. I'm not into Japanese culture. I can give a fuck about Japanese culture. So I never have thoughts about fucking anime. I never have thoughts of um, samurai sword stories and ninjas. I don't have those thoughts because internally I don't give a fuck about Japanese culture. Somebody who cares about it, they're gonna think that. So how you are internally on a deep level. So if you start having thoughts about something, even though you hate those thoughts, internally you resonate with it. Because deep down, it's yours. You can't say it ain't yours. If you're trying to quit something and you're having thoughts of wanting to do it, and then you're like, that means deep down you have. I'm not saying to go and crave and fall in for those thoughts, but you need to change something internally. Sometimes it's not enough to just kick the habit. You got to kick the habit and you have to replace it by doing internal work. So therefore, genuinely, you don't want to smoke. Genuinely, you don't want to do the negative that you want to do. Genuinely. You don't want to just have a superficial, oh, I seen a YouTube video, somebody told me to quit smoking, somebody told me to fast, so I'm going to listen to him because I like what he says. That's good, you have motivation, but you're going to end up relapsing because eventually it's going to be too much for you. Like, fuck this. Because deep down, you didn't fix internally. So when you get to that point where it's too hard, you're gonna make a rationalization. Well, I'll just do it another day. Let me just quit. That's why you have to really go within and decide. I said the yoga, the fasting, qigong. You want to do that with intention, and then that would bring in more energy and light into the nervous system. Because in this new shift, if you don't have enough energy, prana, chi flowing through the nervous system, it's gonna be a really nasty fucking shift. You're gonna see, oh, this is what you're gonna be doing. Life sucks. Nothing's fun anymore. I lost all the value in the entertainment of life. It's not the same anymore. Life is still life. It's just we're in a shift where you have to address your bullshit. You can't cheat anymore. You can't use external things to distract you from what you got to work on. You can't do that no more. So that's why everyone's saying that, because before everybody used to have bullshit they were not dealing with, and then they'll go out and go make money, go buy a car, go and even get high and do drugs. That shit won't even really work anymore. It's not going to be the same. Damn. I'm on a dry fast right now. It's been like 8 days. I haven't had any water or nothing. I might end up drinking some water because I'm talking right now and it's making me want water even more. But I probably just, I don't know. I'll see how it goes. So you are the only reason I still enjoy the YouTube you made my home moment. Shout out to Arrow MVR. Yeah. You don't have to be alone if that's what you like. You can still you still have a chance to get somebody. The reason you're alone is because of where you're at mentally. Don't identify. Oh, I'm alone. I have none. Like that's the one thing I don't like when people like that. Like identify like, oh, I'm alone. I don't have this. I don't have that. No, currently you don't have that because of things that you're not doing. So you got to change your perspective, and then you anything you want you can get. And by the time you're able to even get those things, it's not going to be a situation. Well, I finally got a girl. Or I found you have to look up and be like, oh, actually, my life's changed. I just realized this is girl sitting next to me. I got this person in my life. I got this situation going on. You have to because when you change in life on a true, genuine level, it's so subtle that you have to pinch yourself and like be like, okay, this is it, because it happens so quick and subtly, or so slow and suddenly, so you don't notice it. It's not like, oh, I finally got this girl out. It's fine. It's gonna be like the person comes in and then you don't even because once you really change your mind internally, the way you start thinking is different. So you're not thinking about you not having a girl. You're thinking about other shit. And then when you do get a girl, you have to remember, like, wasn't there one time last year I was complaining I didn't have a girl? Now I have this girl here. I just realized you have to literally think because you're a different person when you change your mind. You're a different person. So this is why I say change your mind. Focus internally, and then everything would just come into synchronicity. Even the knowledge, what you know you should do, will automatically come into your life. Like what you know, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. You'll already know what you need to do because you know everything. You don't even need to watch my video. You just have a filter and a block, and you need to remove that. Then you know, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, and things will just start happening. You'll know what the fuck you need to do. You get tapped in. Even when you have dreams, you'll have dreams telling you what you need to be doing. What the fuck you think a dream is? A dream is supposed to be a dream is a reflection of what you're doing in real life. If you're doing bullshit, you're gonna have nightmares and dumb shit. If you're doing shit that's actually catered to something important, you're gonna have dreams to let you know that you're on the right track and what you need to be doing. You even have dreams to warn you in advance about certain. I don't like to go on everything in my business, but there was a certain dream I had at the beginning of Sagittarius season. It told me something was gonna happen in 3 weeks. And 4 weeks later, that thing happened. And like, I didn't think it would happen, or I didn't put too much expectation into it, but it did happen. And it was like warning me. So like now I'm very cautious of the dreams I have. That's what I tell you, to get a dream journal, because you want to write them down. Because you'll know one thing you will notice is when you're doing the same thing every day, you'll have the same type of dream. When you do something that's on your spiritual path, that's righteous, and you're sacrificing and doing the work, you'll notice your dreams start becoming like you might start having what they call a sweet dream instead of a nightmare. You start having dreams that are more in alignment, because it all is a reflection of what you're doing in real life. Because you can't, a dream is something that you make. You have to make the dream. Just like you have to make a painting, you have to make the dream. So you can't, if you're dreaming of something, anything that you're dreaming of is something that you made in reality, and you make them by having experiences in real life and what you think about on a daily basis, 24/7. So I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to join. Yeah, he's like, yeah, your only reasons. Yeah, I don't watch nothing on YouTube. YouTube is like lame. If I do watch shit, it's just like dumb shit. Like if I even do watch it, like I don't watch. There's nothing really on here no more. Like it's literally lame. And it's all YouTube's always been lame. It just we're in a different shift, so it's more evident. So it's not that YouTube changed. It just we're in a different. We're in the shift. We're not transitioning. We're not about to be. We're in the fucking shift. So right now, everything is just showing its true colors. Like all of this shit was always lame. It was never like hip. It was never really cool. We were just in a more denser part of the shift, so it was okay to just sit there and waste time, especially after 2020. That's when like all because remember everyone used to talk about, oh, social media is the future. It's the future, and have it. If you're looking at it now, it seems like I'm not gonna say social media is not gonna be here in the future. I'm not saying that, but the perceptions of social media isn't the same anymore. A lot of people are realizing this shit isn't even good for your health. I don't even know how you can have any kids and have them watch this shit. Like, and I guess some parents they'll be like, well, everybody, all the kids are doing it. I don't want to make my kid feel well. Like, why the fuck would you have kids then? And it's like, I don't get it because I don't think anybody like they says in Australia, they say kids under 16 can't have a social media, and everybody's all complaining. Like, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but because I don't like to be on like that type of stupid shit of the government dictating what people should do. But personally, if I had kids, I would not have them watching no social media. They wouldn't have no self. I don't give a fuck what the fuck is going on or if everybody's doing it. I wouldn't allow them to be on this platform. This platform causes mental illness. It's a retard. Like you have every fucking you go on YouTube right or Facebook, the whole feed and algorithm is nothing but what of some politicians doing, some race bait, something to just to piss you off. And a lot of that shit causes a lot of hatred, mental illness on a whole nother fucking level. And it not only that, it wastes your fucking time because a lot of this shit, like they talk about, it's a short. It's 30 seconds, but nigga, most people they watch more than one short. And that's 30 seconds. 30 seconds is a lot of time. Who the fuck said a short is actually short? A 30-second clip is a fucking long time, you stupid motherfucker. That 30 seconds, you can come up with an idea. Imagine all the greatest ideas in the world when somebody finally got an idea. That shit happened in a second. Somebody realized, I want to go. Imagine somebody who wanted to start something that was positive. Like they wanted to lose weight and they're like 600 pounds. And then they ended up losing like 500 pounds and they're skinny and they're happy. For them to think of the idea, I'm going to start losing weight. That took less than a second. So they changed their life by having an idea and a thought. I'm going to lose weight and start today. And then look where that got them, losing 200 pounds. Now they're like hella skinny. So to say 30 seconds is a short, you're fucking retarded. That's not short. 30 seconds, you can think of so many things to get out of your situation in 30 seconds. It doesn't take that long. A lot of these dumbasses on YouTube want to make it look like it takes time. It takes that's why ain't nobody on the shit, because people will sit there and be like, well, the reason I'm not where I'm at because it takes time. It really doesn't take time for most people to get into a better situation. It doesn't take that long. They want you to think that, so therefore it can make you feel better why it's been 3-4 years and you haven't done what you said you're supposed to do, because now you can sleep better at night. Oh, well, even if I was going to do it, it took no. But if you realize, if you're able to go into the overall, like have that overall thought perspective and get out of your ego and see how many opportunities you missed and what you could have accomplished so far, a lot of you niggas would be sick with depression and anxiety because you'd be like, damn, I'm here and I could have done this in 2021 and in 2022 I could have had all this. But you guys a lot of people like to feed themselves like, well, it would have took a long time anyway, so it's hard, or I didn't have this, or I didn't have the money, so it makes you sleep better at night. But in reality, your spirit knows. You don't have to know. Your spirit knows that you fucked up, and that's why a lot of you niggas be feeling depressed for no reason. A lot of depression for no reason is stems because you didn't get the opportunities that the spirit gave to you because you didn't want to do the work. So now you have that settled anxiety everywhere you go for no reason, and you try to drown it out with all these motherfuckers. Oh, nothing's entertainment, nothing's fun. That's your spirit telling you stop fucking playing video games, stop watching movies. You don't have time for that shit no more, nigga. You need to do what you gotta do. That's why you're feeling that. It's supposed to be lame. The movies and all that, the food is supposed to taste like shit so you can eat healthy. People don't look at it like that. They look at it like, oh, it's because of this, and then they watch the wrong people on social media. They watch the wrong people. They'll watch somebody who's not even in alignment with their path, and then this person be like, oh, no fap is lame. Fasting is lame. This is lame, and it's like for them, is lame, and I can't even fuck what the fuck you're doing. But if you want to listen to them, then you're gonna go waste your time while they may not even need to do what the fuck you need to be doing. Or maybe they do need to do, but they're just retarded and they don't know any better. So they think that because a lot of you got, that's why I don't even really deal with a lot of these esoteric, deep spiritual people, because some of these niggas be so esoteric and so deep that they don't want to do shit in their life, because anytime you do something, like, it's somehow negative. Oh, fasting is negative. No fap is negative. Getting off drugs is negative, because if drugs are here for a reason, it's okay to have fun. And you shut the fuck up, bitch. Stand for something, or you'll fall for anything. Sometimes you need to, like, they say, oh, equilibrium. Bitch, you need to stand for something. Motherfuckers who, like, imagine, like, there was this kid in Africa. He created some type of device where he was able to charge his phone off like renewable energy or some shit. If he had a retarded Gen Z mind, or some dumbass on YouTube who was like, well, technology is the white man stuff. I don't want to be into technology because it's part of sin. He wouldn't even have created that type of device that could possibly save his village from going through some type of starvation or any type of issue. You see what I'm saying? Or get the success he has. I'm not saying be for the system, nigga. Fuck this system. But if you have an opportunity, don't let some other motherfucker sit there and trick you out of that fucking shit just because they're not doing shit. Do what the fuck you gotta do. There's a lot of shit in my life people told me not to do. Oh, you shouldn't do that. You're wrong. If I listened to them, I would even been able to do the things I was able to do in this life right now. And these people, they're miserable. They're suffering. Give me a minute. Let me wash my face real quick. But yeah, guys, I don't want to rant too much. I didn't even mean to rant all this spiritual shit. Cause I'm trying to get away from that. I just like to speak like about regular shit, but yeah. But yeah, guys, this year's gonna be a different type of year. I'm telling you, nigga, it's gonna be a different type of, like, because right now it's like it's crazy. I can already feel it. That's why whatever you got to do, I suggest you guys start doing that shit right now. Start doing that shit right now. my lip was chapped and I like bit some of the skin off, and I was like kind of bleeding. Cause when I fast, my lips get really chapped. So like what I'm trying to realize is that me when you're in a fasted state, it allows you to be more focused. Like I don't know, like I noticed like because I right now I'm on an extended fast right now. I've been doing this for quite a few days, and it's like I like being in this state better because it makes me feel like there's a lot of shit that I'm not wasting my time on. Because one thing it's just like when I used to tell you guys about the marijuana I was when I was smoking. When I quit smoking weed, I stopped liking, I stopped doing certain things in my life that I used to think I used to like. Like I used to think I liked doing certain activities, but when I stopped smoking, I didn't like doing those, and the only reason I liked it because it was the weed. It's the same with the fasting. A lot of shit that I used to do while I wasn't fasting, because food is a drug. So at least for me, because like I said, I only speak for me on this page. You have some idiot say, "Food isn't a drug. Food isn't a drug," but then you tell them to go eat apples and oranges and fruit and vegetables for 3 days straight, just 3 days. They won't be able to do it. They need to eat something in a package. So once I stop doing the food, like stop eating certain things, even with food, I don't even find entertaining no more. Like it's much more easier to focus my day on doing what's important. Like I can't waste my time on bullshit anymore like I used to. That's why I tell you guys like just don't like. Well, you'll figure it out. I don't have to tell anybody shit. You'll figure it out. Because we're literally at the end. Not the end of the world, but we're at the end of like where there's gonna be a because eventually there's not gonna even be that many ways to really do the like a lot of you niggas sit and have all this false hope of like how life is gonna be. Like nobody knows how to fuck life. You don't know how life is gonna be. If you're thinking life is gonna be based on what they tell you, oh, we're gonna be on UBI, the 2030 agenda, you're a fucking idiot. Nobody knows what life's gonna be like. All the shit that you think life is gonna be is what the government wants life to be like. But with anything in your life, you have to work for what you want. The government's not, oh, we're gonna have a 2030 agenda, and they're not actively putting in work. They have to put in hella mad work and have people believe and think a certain way for that even to come into existence. So everything you have to put in work. Ain't nothing just gonna so like all of these idiots talk about oh, the government's gonna do this. The government, I'm not saying they can and it won't happen, but bitch, nobody knows what the fuck's gonna happen. Why would you sit there and put your expectations in something that the government's working towards to try to get? And if people were actually wisen up and be smart, none of that shit would happen. So why would you egg on and incite and invoke what the government's gonna do like it's a good thing, like they're gonna give us UBI? Bitch, they already have UBI. That's welfare, that's housing assistance. The fuck you talking about? Or you're gonna own nothing and be happy? Bitch, you already don't own shit. It's called colonialism. They can't have you own shit because that gives the power to the people. You don't own shit. You don't even own your clothes. If you get locked up in jail, they take your clothes. You can't wear those clothes in the general population. You can't wear that. They give you inmate attire, that orange jumpsuit. So you don't own shit already. And who the fuck said you supposed to own shit really? And you're not supposed to own shit. Like all of that shit is all like, I'm not saying you shouldn't own shit, but when had you only because even if let's just say I had my own land and the government wasn't here, You don't technically own this land because the land is owned by the primal energy. You could call it God, whatever the fuck you want to call it. If I have this land and I have my community, if I wasn't living by the laws of the land will create a natural disaster and get me out of here. So technically, you can say you do own the land, but you have to play within the rules of the land because the land has an energy, and if you're not in alignment with the energy of the land, it will create situations where this is why like the U.S. government they're failing. It's because they're not playing by the rules of the land. So the government they're cursed. Like these people in these political office, they're cursed. They have nightmares. They be dropping dead behind the scenes. They be going through a lot of health and mental health crisis and committing suicide because they have a lot of karma because of what they're doing on this native land. And they're fucking with energies that they shouldn't be fucking with. So they're not going to tell you this, obviously, because with social media you want to show people the highlight. So like this is why you have to question, why would $1 trillion um funded corporation who creates money have access to all the resources be so worried and to shadow ban somebody or to go bomb a country with poor people? Why not take your trillions and mind your fucking bit? It's because they can't enjoy their money because they're so, some of these people they're so cursed they can't even enjoy the money they have because their dick probably don't work. They're fucking the part of their brain that allows them to feel pleasure that doesn't work, so they can't go and buy a car with their money and be happy because they got mental illness, they got health issues, they're cursed, they're always going through mental crisis, health crisis, and thing because they're cursed. So this is why they're so miserable and they have to be worrying about this is why they'll see homeless people in the street living in tents, and then they have to go and get them out of there. Leave them people alone. They're happy there because those homeless people internally are more happier than some of these rich billionaires who got all this money. Because like, how is this motherfucker? He don't even have half the shit I got, and he's able to be happy with just a 10 on a corner. Let's take him away from there and make it harder for him. Like that's how they think. Now, like, let's go bomb this country in Africa and all these because we're fucking miserable. And then we don't want the people to think we're crazy. So let's just say we're bombing them because a terrorist is going to attack America and they're bringing drugs to America. And they try to flip the script to make it look like we're doing this for your good. And it's like, no, how about you just mind your fucking business, go back to your fucking land, and that everything will be like back to normal. But this is how every time they'll show you something negative on the news, you have to always say, why don't you mind your fucking business? Why are you telling me this? I don't care what it is. Why are you telling me this? The fact that you're telling me this shows you that there's something wrong with you, because I wouldn't known this if it wasn't for your platform. If it's such an issue, go and fix this issue and resolve it and then tell us how that went. Don't just tell us something happened and then don't have a solution or a reason other than it's some made up show. It's terrorism. Like the only terrorists here are the Europeans who run this country. That's the only terrorists here. Like they like to project. They're the only, there's no such thing as a terrorist. The only terrorism that's ever been done on anybody was from European people who run this government. There are laws, all of that. That's terrorism. Who the fuck are you to come from Europe, come to America, kill Native Americans, create laws, tax laws, property tax, and impose that on everyone? And if you don't get down with the get down, you take them to jail. That doesn't make any sense. That's fucking terrorism. I don't give a fuck what you say. Just because it's been going on for hundreds of years doesn't mean it's real. That's terrorism. So anything that comes after the fact, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck if a black kid is going into a jewelry store robbing people. Bitch, you created the whole situation. You have blood on your hands first and foremost because you're the one who created the situation for black people to even do that. You created money. You created their whole poverty situation. You stole the wealth that was supposed to go into these through all of these taxes and shut the fuck up. Not to say they shouldn't go to jail or get in trouble or whatever, but who the fuck am I to even be in a situation? I'm not gonna judge them, say they should or they shouldn't go to jail because I'm not in that position. I'm minding my own fucking business. If it happens, something happens to me, then I'll deal with it accordingly. And even then, you can't even deal with shit accordingly because they'll take you to jail if you end up defending yourself or doing something. You still got to go through them and shit. If you want to at least not have to deal with the court system and shit and all this bullshit. So it's like it's fucking retarded. Damn. I might have to end my or not end my fast, but just break it with water. Cause I went like I don't know how many days it's been. It's been like over 8 days, and so I'll probably just drink water and then continue my fast to be water fasting. Cause water fasting is easy, but I like to do dry fasting. Dry fasting really doesn't like they say it's better to do dry fasting, but I don't see no difference really. Well, I don't want to say it's not a difference. I'm sure there's a difference, but you still heal really good with dry or water fasting. It doesn't matter. Dry fasting, water fasting, you're still gonna heal. You still get the benefits. I really don't even know what any other like the only benefits I can see with dry fasting over water fasting is if you're going over like 12, 15 days. If you're doing a 3-day fast, dry water, it's the same. Once you get to like 12, 13, then it's a lot different. Because I notice when I do dry fasting, when I put water on my face or my hands, I get like it feels like I'm drinking through my body. I don't need water to drink it. I could just put water on my body and I get like my thirst quenched in a way by just putting water on my face. Like how I wash my face, it felt like refreshing because your body's more sensitive. But I don't know. I might end up having to start drinking. So I got a fucking some. It's not. It's natural alkaline. It's not no fake. It's like spring water. All of the water is fake to be honest. If unless you're getting it from the ground source yourself, the water's fake. So everything in the grocery store is fake. I don't give a fuck what the fuck it is. If you're not growing your own food from the ground, it's fake. All of that shit's fake. I'm not saying don't go to a grocery store. I'm not saying that because that's unreasonable and ain't nobody have time to grow food. That shit takes a. Everyone says, "Oh, grow your own food." Like, there's this one nigga on here. He's all, "Oh, I'm growing strawberries." I got my nigga, stupid ass. I growing a little bitty ass strawberries. Them shits ain't gonna even fucking last you a snack, nigga. You eat that little strawberry in one fucking bite, and then you spent 3-4 months growing that little bitty ass shit just to eat it in one bitch. You don't even know how to even grow on a mass scale. Like that's why I say food is shouldn't really it's you should if you weren't consuming that much food and food wasn't a factor in your life, then you wouldn't even need to be worried about growing food. And not to say you shouldn't grow. Like, if you're gonna grow food, it should be on a mass level with the community. All the time, I'm gonna grow my little pineapples in the backyard or grow my little strawberries. That shit ain't gonna do shit. You be lucky if the bugs don't even eat that shit. He's oh the bugs ate my truck. That's because you don't know how to fucking grow, bitch. You better get some fucking pest, some Roundup, and no, I don't eat pesticide in my fruit. Well, bitch, do you have the technology? Do you have the manpower? Do you have the ways to actually grow a lot of food where you can not have to have? But like it goes a lot more into it than these niggas talk about. That's why I say the easiest thing is to consume less. I'm not saying you have to stop eating in general, but just consume less. And if you do eat out from the grocery store, you're eating a lot less from the grocery store. Like, but don't trust it. Everything in the grocery store is poison. Even the fruit. I be eating the fruit in the grocery stores, and even the organic, it's not like I have to throw out some organic fruit because it didn't sit right with me. That's why I don't even like to spend my money on food, because like a lot of the food, I'll get it and I won't like it because I can taste how impure it is. Because I think it's mainly an American thing. Like if you go to like Africa, all the food there tastes way more pure because everything's organic. The fruit, the meat, all of that shit's organic. When you go to, even if you go to UK, they have more regulations there. Like America, they trying to kill people in America. There was this one Nigerian lady who came out that we knew, and she ate like some chicken from Walmart or something. I don't know where it was from, like a grocery. She literally threw up after she took a bite, and she's like, "This chicken is not the same." She threw up the chicken, like literally threw up. Like you would think this bitch ate rat poison. But people eat it in America because you don't know what real shit tastes like, and a lot of people they just trying to feed their fam. Like imagine if you some fat ass bitch with like 7 kids. You're not worrying about no organic or eating healthy. You're just trying to get something to feed them little bastards, so you don't have CPS called on you for a malnutrition child or some shit. So you're not thinking of that, and like, they put people in these predicaments, and then now people are forced to get shitty ass quality food. That's why I'm glad I don't have no kids. And it's like, and I was like, I don't want to say like, it's nothing wrong with having kids. It's just this system and how it is creates the problem. Having kids is not a bad thing. I don't want you guys to think, oh, I'm against having kids. No, every time I say fuck having kids, I'm looking at it because the way the system is designed, and then how a lot of females are programmed. Like a lot of women are degenerate. So if you have kids, like a lot of women, they're so emotional. They'll feed your kid junk food. They'll be so quick to take your kids away from you. I had an uncle that fucking the bitch wouldn't even let him see his kids. Even the kid's 18 and they're all threatening the kid. We're gonna cut you off if you still see him, and all this dumbass shit. Because the bitch is mad because she left him or whatever. And then my uncle went and he found another female, had a family with her, a nice family. He has a house and everything, and that bitch is angry and upset because she expected my uncle to sit there and um, be like depressed, miserable, like a lot of these MGTOW, not have shit. He went and he has his own house. He has his kid, family, wife, and everything. She sees that shit, so she's mad as fuck. So she's like, even after the kid's 18, she's not allowing him to see him, and like, oh, we're threatening. Like, it's just dumb shit. So like, I don't want to deal with that fucking shit ever. And it's dangerous because a lot of the fathers need to be who the father of the daughters need to be more like, because a lot of these women, they don't even probably have no father, because if you had a real true father, you wouldn't be able to even do that as a female, because a father will at least tell you, don't be playing around with these men, because you don't know. First of all, you find somebody that's legit, and when you do, you don't be playing around, because somebody can be crazy. Somebody can come in. That's a lot of these bitches stories where these bitches get they throat slit, get put in the trunk and dumped in a river, and then people be like, "What happened?" And then they'll just tell you, "Oh, it was some crazy," but they don't tell you the whole story and little things that go on and went down within the whole situation. And I'm not saying it's an excuse for them to do that, but at least if you tell people the whole story, you can. It could be an education, or serve as education, so you know what you need to not do, because all of it stems from mental illness. From a female to want to play games and call a divorce because she was on her period and she's not feeling okay, and I was upset and angry and I'm emotional, so I'm gonna file a divorce and take somebody's kid. You're making drastic decisions that can affect people for decades over you being emotional because you had a bad day at work and you're on your period. Bitch, you need to get your fucking mind straight. There's a lot of bitches like that, and I don't want to deal with that. And this is how a lot of men lose their kids, and a lot of women get put in a fucking back of a trunk with their throat slit because of shit like this. And then there's a system that perpetuates this shit and allows for this shit to happen. And it's not good on either side. Nobody needs to get put in the trunk, and nobody needs to have their kids taken. But lack of education, lack of fucking people, it's just a lot of mental illness, because that's all it is mental illness at the end of the day. That's not addressed. And it's like the reason it's not addressed because the government is mentally, like you said, why isn't mental illness addressed? Why is it mental? It's because the government, the police, all. Remember, I told you at the beginning of this video there was a police detective in my city. He did a murder suicide. He killed the bitch he was with at the day after Christmas, and he committed suicide. He was a detective for the PD for like over 10 years. He was a fucking, like, he investigated shit. And like, I'm like, why the fuck was he a detective and he has this mental illness? Why the fuck didn't anyone see any red flags? Like, that's something drastic. You just kill the bitch you with and yourself. Nobody seen no, and he's a detective. Like, how the fuck is people? And these are the people that are in the government. Because the people that are, especially these people that are in these high Masonic positions, their mental illness can't be fixed because their mental illness stems from a spiritual curse. Like, there's different levels of illness. There's a spiritual illness, and then there's a physical mundane illness. Your mother, your dad, maybe your cousin, your brother, they may have a physical illness like diabetes or whatever, even cancer, whatever. They may have mental health. That's a physical. They can, if they did what they have to do, they can heal that. These high top government Masonic, I'm not talking about no low, like these Masonic families who are in charge of a lot of wealth. Their mental illness is of a spiritual nature. So they're supposed to be mentally ill. They're supposed to be sick because that's their punishment for what they're doing. So they can't get out of it. This is why the algorithm promotes negativity. This is why you just say, why is the system is so fucked up? And it's because they can't, they have no other choice, and they don't have a way to get better. So they're like, if we can't, it's like somebody who's miserable, like hurt people. They're hurt and they have no way out of it. So they have to hurt other people. Because like there's nothing we can lose. We're already damned. Our spirit soul is already damned. We're already not coming back. So we might as well bomb all these countries. We might as well create inflation and make everybody's life miserable. We might as well. That's how they think. Because their illness is not the same as your illness. Like somebody who's in a Masonic family and they control a lot of the wealth and resources. Their problems aren't your problems, aren't our problems, because they're being judged by higher energies and they're being pinpointed and focused on. They're being focused and observed very so. When they have nightmares, they have problems. It's from a spiritual curse perspective. They're cursed spiritually. So their life is you can't compare their problems to yours. This is why everything is so fucked up. There's this one nigga's channel. He's a small. I'm not gonna give any shout outs. It's a small channel, and this nigga doesn't even get over 2 views on none of his videos. But this nigga made a video talking about life will never get better. This nigga went viral, got like over 1,000 views in a day. But all his other videos, he be talking about motivation, doesn't get nothing. The first video this nigga makes talking about life will never get better. It gets over 1,000 views. So this shows me, it shows us what they want to promote in the algorithm. They want to promote bullshit because that's what they are. It's not like somebody, oh, they're just doing this just for laughs and they're making a joke. No, they're miserable. They're very hurt. They're very traumatized. They're not just doing this, oh, it's a joke and we're laughing. And we know they're doing this because they're miserable and they're angry and they're upset because because this shit we're going through, everybody's getting their ass whooped really if you're not doing the work. Because like, remember, even with like this whole government and shit, like a lot of their shit is not going as planned. Like, you guys may look at the government and be like, well, everything's going as planned because my life sucks and inflate. No, you guys don't know. Like, there's a lot of shit that was supposed to be happening right now that's not happening, that the government wanted to happen. One example, there's many, but one example is the thing. They wanted everyone to get it, but nobody got it. So that plan fucked up. That pandemic plan, it didn't go as planned. There's other plans that they had. This society would be 10 times worse than it is now if their plans came to fruition, but their plans was halted because just like in your life, things don't go as the plan takes a turn. You want this to happen at this time, and then they have their own because they're not in control of life. They try to play God. That's why it says, "In God we trust" on the money, because they try to play God, but you can't because that God energy it plays out in everything, even in their system. So that's what they don't get. That energy, what they call God, it's not even called energy or God. It's like, but we have to use it because we're using this language. That so-called energy, that so-called God, it plays out in everything, including their system. So sometimes when they're running their system, they will get mentally ill for no reason and start making fucked up decisions, and their plans don't work out because that energy is playing because they're a part of this reality in existence, which is controlled by that energy you want to call God, whatever. It needs you to play out, just like you need it to help you. Like it's a back and forth. So it like them being in existence allows that energy to play through them because it's everything. It's everything and it's nothing. Like it controls all of it. So it will make them go mentally ill. It will make them push the wrong button at the wrong time. Maybe they go here and their plans don't work out. Like it's driving them crazy. So and like since they got so much shit on lock, it may take a little longer for you to see it, but their system is crumbling. Their shit is fucking crumbling. And eventually, because everybody has to die, eventually they will do whatever they do, they will die. Because everyone's gonna die. And when they do, then they won't come back here, and then it's gonna go back to how it was before. Where like the natives run the land and they're just gonna have to die the fuck out and just go home and not even go home, but they're gonna be just not be able to come here no more. So that's pretty much what like people were waiting for is at this point. If people don't wake up, is because one way or another they're gonna not be here again. And if you guys don't believe me, like look at it like this: is life the same way as it was? There was a time where they used to hang black people and whip them and rip the fetuses out the mother. They used to do fuck. Why don't they do it no more? A lot of you guys will say, because we're in a different time. They can't know. It's because they don't have the energy because their system is crumbling. As it crumbles, they can't do what they used to do. So just like they can't hang black people and do that, now in the next, let's just say however many years, they're not going to be able to make property tax and make people their slaves, and as the wealth goes, they won't be able to do that because it's got to get worse. It's got to dwindle. Their energy is going to dwindle, and they're going to be getting the fuck up out of here. So it's like just look at it from that perspective. But I feel mental illness is a huge thing that needs to be addressed. But it doesn't even need to be addressed really. It's already been addressed, and there's people who had mental illness who don't have it no more. So once you see that in the reality, it's already been addressed. Anybody who's talking about it needs to be addressed or who still has mental illness, they just haven't got with the fucking program in. That's their situation, what they're going through. You can't expect the government to come out and start addressing it because they can't even address their own. The whole concept of a government. Because if you look at the whole concept of a government, it all stems from somebody not minding their business. Like, why do you care what people are doing? Like, if I go and try to act like a government, they'll throw me in jail. Oh, you're impersonating a police. You're making a fake. Like they said this one dude got arrested for making fake house deeds. It was this one nigga. He got arrested in this area for making fake house deeds. But what is a real house deed? Isn't that shit fake? Who the fuck is anybody to say that I own a house or I don't own a house? It should be between me and the person who has the house. And I'm talking about the person who built up the capital to purchase that house. That should be between me and them, who built the house, the capital. So the construction workers who built that house, the person who paid for the house, me who has the money to buy, it should be between us, not the government. The government didn't build that house. The government didn't create the capital. Any capital you want to say they did, they stole from tax-paying people, labor through labor. They had construction workers build it. Government didn't do shit. But when they make a deed to a house, it's not illegal. They even do scams with that shit. When you own a house, if you look at the deed, it says you're a tenant. The house my mom owned, I looked at the deed, it says she's a tenant. I'm like, I thought we paid, I thought this we're supposed to be a homeowner. It's our house. But I already knew it ain't your house because when you're dealing with the system, you don't own shit. They scam you. So when you get a mortgage, even when you pay your house off, they can still take it away from you. Even down to the point where you may say, I own the house, I paid it off, and you're paying the property tax. The bank can say, we don't want to take your money no more. So the bank that you got the loan that you have to pay the property tax on, they can legally say, we don't want to take your income. We don't want to take your fiat currency. And then if they don't take it, you don't have nothing to pay them with. So they end up taking your house away. So you didn't pay. But you guys say you can't take my money. Well, we can say that. They legally can do that. And that's how much of it. They're not obviously going to do that because they want to have it, but they have that as like a fail safe or like a backup plan. Like if they want to target you in the system and they don't fuck with you, and you're like they can pull that fucking rabbit out they hat and do that shit. But they're obviously not going to do that to everyone because nobody will have faith in the system. They need people to have faith, but they still have these dumbass laws. It's retarded. Because you gotta ask them why in the fuck is there a group of people in the so-called government worrying about what other people are doing? Everything that I have, everything in my room that was built, created, that I have was not from a government. It was from a person, a actual human being working through labor. This phone was built by a human being through labor. This building was built by construction workers from labor. Even the technology, a lot of that shit was invented by people through labor. And they stole a lot of that knowledge from indigenous people. They stole that shit. The government doesn't, when I tell you, they don't have shit. The government, the motherfuckers who run this government, they don't have nothing. I'm not just saying this to talk shit or, no, they don't have nothing. Everything they stole, they killed, they stole, killed, and destroyed to get what they have. There's nothing that they did that was like, their own creation. The only thing that you can say they created was how to steal, kill, and destroy to get the shit they have. And then they created a system like creating taxes, property tax, having to go to work and pay bills. They created that. That's it. They didn't create no product or resource. They steal the resource from other countries, from this land, and then they use immigrants and people in different countries to come and work here and shit to build this system. That's why they have to immigrate so many people in this fucking country. That's what I'm telling you niggas, man. Like, this government ain't shit. They're literally not needed. Yeah, I'm gonna invite some more. I dropped the link if anybody wants to join. If you want to add on to what I gotta say, but he said the government paid my family. And Yeah, I don't get what your comment. How'd they pay them to kill you? You mean they tried to kill you? I don't know. You sound like one of those target individual people. Those people are fucking crazy. Ain't no government worried about somebody to go and kill them. Like unless you're like a somebody who was in you were like in order for the government to target you, you have to be like deep in the government. Like you have to at least been in a position where they were giving you royalties, they were giving you money, they gave you a position, and you turned your back on them and you started spilling the secrets. And that's the only time the government will spend millions of dollars to track you, track your phone. Not to say that they still track people, but on the level where they're trying to make your life miserable. Like you got to be somebody like Shaquille O'Neal of his stupid big gorilla looking ass were to like start speaking the shit I'm speaking. Then they're gonna probably put money, and then the next day you'll see what they did to P Diddy. You're gonna see them do to Shaquille O'Neal. So overnight, the whole internet will hate Shaquille O'Neal if he started talking like me. So it just shows you how full of shit all these celebrities are. They think they're somebody. Like nigga, you ain't shit. You'll be worse than P Diddy depending on what you say. The whole it's like the internet likes Shaquille O'Neal, likes fucking Tupac or all these other people that don't mean shit. They're gonna end up hating these niggas if the government wants to slander them. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. That's why I just say fuck it. Trust fund baby. I don't know. Hey, but they running a war psyop right now. They been always running this war psyop. They just doing it because, like I said, because we're in a new shift, so their mental illness is flaring up. So they're getting more. They feel they need to act out. It's like a kid who's acting out because they want attention. Anytime you see the government bomb people, raise inflation, they're acting out. That's all it is. They act out. They have nothing to do. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? Why would you bomb a country? There's no reason to bomb a country other than you just want attention. There's literally no reason. It's my family storage unit got broken into and they telling me my story. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, nigga. You just sound hella weird. You sound like you like a troll or something. I don't even feel like entertaining that shit. Like, be more coherent with your shit. You just all over the place. You seem like somebody like one of those targeted individuals, and like them niggas is crazy. This one nigga talk about he had a fucking he had a house that his dad gave him, that or his grandpa gave him when he passed away, and this nigga doesn't want to live in a house because he thinks he's being targeted. Like you got retards like this on the fucking internet. This is fucking crazy. Yeah, join the link and tell me your story. Because maybe I'm just misinterpreting it the wrong way because I don't know what you're saying. And damn, that's what I should have said, man. My bad. I'm just thinking. I was texting somebody and was thinking about something. But shit, guys. That's really all I gotta say. I don't want to just ramble all day, because I just come on here just to talk and chill. And nobody got anything else to add. I put the link down here. If anybody wants to join, or if you want to ask something. I'm just gonna say this shit. Oh man. My bad, guys. I was just texting somebody real quick. But I'm probably gonna end this live stream anyways, cause I think that's all I have to say, really. I just mainly came on here because, like I said, I come on here just to speak to people that resonate with me. I don't like this. I don't. I have to. I just want to keep reiterating this for all the new people that may come on here. Like, this channel isn't for you. I only speak to a select few, like a handful of people who watch my channel. That's what my message is for. If you resonate with my message, then that's good. And I'm not saying I don't want people to resonate, and if I don't know you, fuck you. Like, no, if you resonate, it's cool. But if you're on here and you don't agree with anything I have to say, I'm not up for debating. I'm not up for talking. Just kind of, and the reason I'm saying is because I had a bitch ass nigga that was cool with me on this page, and then they were like leaving fucking like they used to come in the live stream, and then they started just sneak dissing. I didn't even make a video towards this individual. I just made a video one day, and then they make a video, just start sneak dissing and shit. The bitch ass niggas, they know who the fuck they are. So it's not any of you guys who go live and they know who the fuck they are, because they made a video saying some. So I like ever since then I'm more heavily guarded on the type of people that are on my page. I'm not saying you can't watch my shit or whatever. I project myself a certain way so I don't get that type of energy. But it was my fault because this was the first time in my life of ever being on YouTube where I actually ever reached out to an individual, and I reached out to this person not for any other reason other than like I was speaking a certain way, and this was at a time where I actually was like wanted to get my channel out there and my message out there, because there was a time, this was like last beginning of last year, no, actually like the end of 2023, where I actually was like trying to get my message out there because I had a different perception of how social media was back then. So I was like, oh, this person's talking like I do. So I actually reached out, and lo and behold, the only person I ever reached out, it was this problem with. So I noticed when I don't reach out to people, I don't have this issue, because anybody who has a problem with me, um, and I don't reach out to you, they know to kindly get the fuck off my page. And because there's people that came and gone, and I don't see them no more, and it's because they don't like what I'm saying. And that's good. They just kindly got the fuck off, and they didn't say anything to make it worse. So then I end up in a low vibration, cussing somebody the fuck out, saying some nasty shit, possibly getting my channel removed, and putting myself in that low frequency where I'm cussing you the fuck out. I didn't have to do that because they left. This bitch ass nigga, he has to go and say something, but I look at it like I actually reached out to this faggot. So ever since then, I have to just reiterate, like, this channel is not for you. This channel is not for you. If it's for you, then it's for you. But when you first come on my channel, it's not for you. But if it is for you after you watch it, then it's for you. If you catch my what I'm saying. So I have to just keep reiterating that, because I don't want to bring any negative like shit on this page where motherfucker just start like it just be on some weird shit. Like, you'll literally make a fucking video. This is why I don't show my social media to my family or the people I know who I'm doing business with, because like there's a saying that says never talk about politics or religion because it will ruin relationships with people. If you're in business or you're dealing with certain individual like family and they're not into your information, there's no reason for you to tell them about this shit. It's not like they're about to watch your shit and wake up. If anything, it's gonna make it worse. They're gonna watch your shit and get upset. Oh, why are you believe this? Why are you like it? Just sometimes you just need to shut the fuck up and not say shit, and just keep it keep it surface level with individuals. Because you even got people on here, they be talking all this deep esoteric shit, and a lot of them like they'll say I'm not into that shit, or they don't talk about it no more. But it's really like, nigga, you never should have talked about it, you fucking idiot. You never should have talked about spirituality because it wasn't for you. You're a bot, so you can't talk about nothing but stupid bot shit that has nothing to do. Like, people like to project like what you need to be doing with what they should be doing. They realize that they're retarded. They don't know shit. They're not spiritual. So, oh, the spiritual stuff wasn't for me. So it's not for you. No, bitch, it wasn't for you. That's why you came to the conclusion it wasn't for you. And it was smart because I always knew it wasn't for you. But I'm not gonna say that because that's gonna be disrespectful and starting drama. But you actually came to the conclusion it wasn't for you. That's good. Now shut the fuck up and don't ever mention my shit. Which, like, after that the diss video they did like months ago, it cooled off after that, and so okay. But now when you want to start projecting like all this other bullshit, like, oh, why are you like people like I don't know, just people just be on some weird shit, nigga. Like, it's weird. Like, just don't watch my shit no more. But people like to project what they need to be doing with what you need to be doing. I don't ever think everybody should be fasting. I don't ever think everyone should be doing what I'm doing. Everyone can't do what I'm doing. I don't want everyone to do what I'm doing. They can't do what I'm doing. Not everyone should be fasting, but the way I say, if you're not doing what I'm doing, get the fuck away from me unless we talking money. If we're not talking about fucking money and you're not doing what I'm doing, get the fuck away from me because it's gonna lead to a toxic situation. 100% of toxic situations stem from people being around people that you shouldn't be around. And that's your spirit letting you know that it's a toxic situation. He's like, dude, do you have mental illness? I don't have mental illness. I did. But everyone to some degree has mental illness. If you really want to get that deep, everyone to just being going through childbirth, that's a trauma. When you go through childbirth, like the baby's crying, that's a trauma. So everyone has trauma and mental illness on a certain level because you're a human being. A human being is a flawed. I don't want to say it's not flawed, but it's not perfected. Unless you want to say it's perfected into doing what it's supposed to do, and one of those things it's supposed to do is be flawed. So when they say human body's perfected, it's perfected in being what it's supposed to do, and one of those things is to make mistakes at times. But every human being is flawed. Every human being has problems that we got to work on. When you're in a body, you always have to work on something. When the spirit's in a body, you're not like you're a spirit. That's because you create, the spirit creates the body. So if it's creating something, it's a limitation to it. It's some type of problem or issue. So yeah, if you want to get that deep, but in terms of mental illness, where I'm like out of my fucking rabbit ass mind and I don't know what the fuck's going on and I'm crying every day like most of these people. I only say crying because crying has the crying. That's one type of mental illness. But let's say people who just out there rabbit ass fucking mind. You see it, fucking from government bots on YouTube. No, I'm not on that level. But we all have some type of issue we got to work on. Ain't nobody perfect, so I don't project myself like I'm perfect. I don't know if that was a troll comment or what. I seen your name before, and I don't think you were trolling before, so maybe that was a legitimate comment. But yeah, like I want to say I have mental illness, and if I do have some form of mental illness, everyone has some form of mental illness. Anybody that tells you that they're perfect, then that's a person with the most mental illness. Anybody acting like they got it all together, that's mental illness. You don't got shit together. You don't got shit together. On a certain, what will they say? Oh, I got money. I got this. I'm working at this high income position where they're paying me $50 an hour. Like if you that's my point. You have mental illness. That's what you judge yourself by. That means if that was going to be taken to you, you will lose your sanity. So the government, the system is in control of your sanity. Whenever they decide to drive you crazy, they can just take your money. So you put your identity into your money. You're an idiot. You haven't put your identity into internal, which nobody can take that away from you because you have that anchor. Once you build up your internal, you have that anchor. So what does an anchor do? It anchors you into reality. When you have a situation or purpose and you're anchored in it, nothing externally can move you because you're anchored internally. You develop that anchored internally. So you're anchored into your situation. So nothing external can move you. You can lose all the shit you got physically. It's gonna suck. You may be a little upset, but only thing you can keep doing is you keep being you, and eventually you will either get that stuff back or you will develop a mindset where you don't give a fuck about ever getting it back, but yet you still have what you need to survive. So either or it's gonna work out for you, depending on what the spirit wants for you. So you just gotta look at it from that perspective. And then even when you do that, people will call you crazy. They'll call you mentally. Like people probably call me mentally ill. And it's like, that's their perspective. I don't care what they think. Because at the end of the day, they're not paying my bills. They're not, when I have to go to DMV and pay my registration, they're not there with me. Things in life that, I don't want to say that matter utmost, but the things in life having to do with my survival, they're not there. So why would you give a fuck what anybody says if they're not there when it comes to survival? Because you'd be like, oh, everybody likes me. Nobody really likes everyone. Even people that like you, all these celebrities and shit. A lot of them, if they went down bad and they were exposed and they lost all their money, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about them. They only care about them because they have money. They have a situation. Once you don't have shit, nobody gives a fuck about you no more. You may be like, oh, everybody likes the cool kids in school. Nobody likes the nerds, but the cool kids everyone liked, if they were down bad and they needed somewhere to stay, no one will fucking look out for them. They may have one person that say, oh, you can stay, but eventually they'll be like, nigga, fuck you. You got to do your own shit because you're in this world on your own, really. And in reality, it's like, it's don't look at it as a good or bad thing, because we all supposed to be, when you help yourself, you put yourself in a position where you can find other people that can help themselves and help you, and you can help yourself and help them, and then you can build an empire. You could build something with 4 hands instead of 2 hands. So when you look at it from that perspective, you don't feel like somebody owes you or you owe somebody. You look at it like, I owe myself the justice, just to find somebody who owes themselves the justice, and then we can come together and work on something with 4 hands instead of 2. And then what we build is our shit. That's how you look at things. Don't look at it from a perspective like, somebody owes you this, and I owe this person, or they, like, when you look at shit like that, or this person likes me because I'm cool, who gives a fuck? To be honest, I don't want too many people liking my shit, because especially in this day and age, if too many people like you, especially if you're judging it based on social media likes and comments, if you have a lot of likes and comments on social media and you're not selling a product that's helping people in their daily life, you are a bot. If you have a product that can cure a disease, that can cure tooth decay, that can fix back pain, a herb that can cure back pain, and you're selling that product and people like you because of that, that's a positive. That's a good thing. But if you're just fucking ranting, talking, giving your opinion, talking about fucking gaming, something that's not benefiting nobody but the entertainment, if a lot of people like you, you're a bot. You're a fucking bot. Plain and simple. There's no way around it. You're a bot, and I'm not saying you shouldn't try to get, if that's what you want to do, but don't think it's genuine, because you're not, because even if you had a product and people stop liking you, you always will have that energy of you actually put something productive that help people. So therefore that's a part of your spirit. You put that energy out there. So even if somebody turned and they hated you, you already got the energy because you ended up helping them. But if you just out here making streaming content, gaming, rant, giving your opinion, like, I give my opinion, but I don't give a fuck if you niggas like me or not. I'm not saying that I look at it from an egotistical, like, fuck you guys. I'm not. The people who support and respect, I respect. But at the same time, it's like, there's a reason somebody will end up saying, I like my content. And when I say, I don't care if you guys like me, I don't get offended, because the amount of information I gave to those people who said that I helped them, they felt like they got something from me. So for me to even speak like I'm speaking, they're not going to be offended, because the amount of help that they felt I helped them. And you say, well, you didn't help me. Who did you? I didn't help you. You're right. I didn't help you. So stop watching my fucking channel, because like I just said, you idiot, my channel isn't for everyone. So therefore, there's going to be some people that say, you don't know shit. You didn't help it. No, I didn't help you. And from you, I don't know shit. So why the fuck are you watching my channel? You're not going to watch Nick Jr. because Nick Jr. doesn't teach you how to read, because you know how to read, you fucking idiot. So why the fuck would you watch my channel? The same reason you're not watching Nick Jr., because it can't teach you shit, stupid fuck. So like, why would you watch shit that can't teach you and hate on it? Like people need to, they're speaking from their own perspective. That's why I say there's a lot of mental illness in this world, and it doesn't need to be addressed because it's already been addressed, and there's already ways to cure it. People are just looking for the government to come out with some cure. But remember, I told you the government can't cure their mental illness. The people who run this shit, they can't cure their mental illness because it's ingrained into their spiritual DNA. They have to be mentally ill until the day they die because it's a spiritual curse. So if you don't know how to fix your mental illness and you're waiting for a doctor or some type of person to say, "Oh, this is a cure," you're stupid. The closest they'll probably get to it, if even that, is some they put a chip in your brain, and then even then you get a chip put in your brain. The government controls everything you fucking do. You're not gonna tell me you got a chip in your brain and they're not in control of your life. You can't speak no spirit. At that point, the government is your god once they put a chip in your ass. Because they can create hallucinations, they can create nightmares, they can create you to be depressed, they can just disable the chip to make you go unconscious and die. They are your god at that point. It was good.
Uh, it's the TI.
What's
It's
up?
like,
Oh, what's good with it?
okay. Unless it's playing the fitness and whatnot. Maybe get on internet.
Yo, you at Planet Fitness? Oh, what's up? Yeah, what's good with it?
How much like when you talking behinds and stuff and like how
I,
they
I can
change you
barely
or
hear you. I
whatnot.
can barely hear you.
I do.
You're like lagging in the voice. I can barely hear you.
Like can you hear me now?
It's a little better.
I say the mic. Yeah, but like TI individual for real. It's like, have you ever seen the movie Truman Show?
Yeah, I seen it. I don't really like to quote movies like that because a lot of those movies, like, I don't even like to quote movies because every movie is created by Hollywood, created by a Mason, and like that's why I don't really like to quote movies. But I see how some people they get their examples from movies, but I don't even I don't me personally I don't there's no movie that is in Hollywood that I correlate to real life. But like I heard of it and I seen a little bit of it. I think I watched it years ago.
No, I don't know. Usually it's sick. Now,
Man, I can't even hear you. You might have to go to another
I
room
should
or
be.
I don't know what's going on. It's like the internet's really like, damn, I don't know
Yeah, you
what's
know,
going
you
on.
get on.
Are you
Yeah,
using Planet Fitness Wi-Fi?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
probably
using
the
a bus.
reason.
No,
Okay, it's a little
it's good.
better.
Yeah, I do one bar, then four. And no, but like me, my life, like my whole life, it's like people been faking, like trying to get a reaction out of me. Like I've been peeping at like my whole life, like in high school, even from the so-called popular kids in high school. Like it seemed like everybody like try to do something, trying to get a reaction out of me, and like wanted me to like get in trouble, like fight them, because I used to fight a lot in elementary school.
Yeah.
So it's and like the stuff that they do, like just like last year or whatnot, like how they was doing it, like street theater, they do stuff like street theater because they all stick together, they know each other.
You
And it's
gotta look at it like this. When you see a lot of stuff, because I'm sure you see a lot of things in life, and then they be kind of synchronizing, and you be like, how the fuck is this happening to me right now? And you be thinking it's set up, but you gotta understand that you're creating this. Like we're in existence. We in this life, And there's certain things that apply when you are on a certain frequency, when you have a certain awareness and you're thinking and feeling a certain way, you create certain situations. So when you see somebody and you may say a street theater, you got to understand on a certain perspective, you created that situation because how can something happen so coincidental? Like, oh, I seen this person at this time. I seen that's
It's gonna
you.
be like
Yeah, because
like
you look at it like you may say a street theater, right? But then couldn't the people who are part of the street theater say that you showed up at the same time and say that your street theater?
no, like really that stuff don't bother me, but like last year how they did it, like my brother, he do crystal meth or whatnot. So like he was trying to, him and the drug dealer was trying to like. I found out now he was just using his disability money to put towards my downfall or whatnot. But like he shoot crystal meth, like he don't just smoke it, he actually shoot it. So it's
Yeah.
like, so it's like,
Yeah, my brother used to do that shit too.
yeah, and like I study like many religions, and like I didn't study the satanic religion, and like what they do, they gotta tell you before they do something. Like before they do anything, they gotta give you like the clues. And like my brother, dumb, I got to build up all this information. But like my brother, he's like really like 2020, or like in 20, they really kind of. I see. I look back. I can see how my family came in like 2019. But like, how can I explain this without somebody like? But anyway, forget all that. Like my brother, basically for real, and he was with the drug, and they was trying to act like whatnot, trying to get me involved because they knew I used to fight a lot in elementary school. So to be acting with it whatnot. And like they knew like they know I got a gun and all that. It's legalized
Yeah.
and all that. But they wanted me to react to it. And like yesterday storage unit got broken into. I'm in a whole different city,
Well,
whole
what
different
got
state,
broken
a
into?
1,000 miles away got broken.
Yeah, you kind of lagging. You said something got broken into. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, he froze. Yeah, you froze. Oh, elementary school. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, dude, he froze. I don't know. Like, you might have to go. You might have to do this at your house, or because the Planet Fitness Wi-Fi. That's probably. I don't know. Like, you might have to go on your mobile hotspot or something. Because like he was, I could barely hear him. But I know he said something about his brother was doing math and like certain something happening. What I picked up is things is happening in his life, and he feels like it's against him or something. And he because he mentioned street theater and like how like all of these things are happening all of a sudden. Like you gotta look at it like first of all like you gotta worry about yourself number one. Like externally things are gonna happen. You can't control that. Only thing you can control is you what you're doing internally. What you need to do with somebody. If your brother's doing meth and you don't want him doing meth, you can only tell him don't do it. He's gonna do what he gotta do. If you really want him to, if you the best way to get him to stop doing methods, you change your life for the better and be an example. And then at that point, they're more likely to change. And if they don't, then you can't help it. You gotta let things be the way they are. But as far as like anything right now, you should not be worrying about anybody or anything but yourself. And this is not to be selfish, but this is like so because you can't help somebody if you don't help yourself. They even tell you when you take an airplane, if you can't breathe, you put on your mask first before you put on somebody else's mask. They tell you that. So you gotta like take that into every aspect of your life.
I'm bad. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
internet.
that's the internet. But like, it really don't phase me though. Like to be honest, because I didn't know I was in the program till just last year, so it really didn't phase me. But the
What
thing
what
that
but you
tripped
say
me
you in a
out,
program. You said what program you in and how did like what makes you think you're in a program?
because like since I was young, I've been like I asked questions. Then like even when I was young, like I played by myself and stuff. And it's like kids would just come up to me. And I didn't really like playing with the kids because, like, to me, it was like they didn't have no imagination. I had fun playing by myself. And, like,
Yeah.
as I look back, I was so different than most people. Than, like, the questions I asked. Like, in church, I was asking questions. Boom. As a little kid, seven, probably 6 or 7, asking questions. Good questions. Boom, boom. Then they played with me at first, oh, because you got to believe. Then now, I started asking me good questions more. It was 3 women I'll never forget. They said, "You the devil." Now I know, like when people call me the devil, that means like I'm on to something. I was like,
Yeah. I,
so
I
it's like,
like to look I like to look at it as simple because you can't one thing you can't really think too deep about a lot of shit because it's good to think deep, but a lot of people they think deep. First of all, you got to remember those reasons those women call you the devil because they just called you the devil, like they just was talking shit. They don't those bitches who call you the devil, they don't understand. They don't even know themselves. So how can they know that you're a devil? So you got to look at it like if they called you the devil, that doesn't mean you're the devil. It's like if a retarded person called that can't wipe his ass and tie his shoe and can't spell called you stupid. Would that insult be any valid to you? So if somebody calls you the devil, that doesn't mean you're a devil. That's just another person who possibly is a devil, real devil, calling you. Like you can't take that into like, oh, it's because they call me that. Like, who gives a fuck? Like that was just some raggedy skank bitches that called you the devil, and that's it. No, it doesn't go any. It doesn't go past that. You gotta look at it like that. Like it ain't like I see what you.
that's why, like Missouri, it got like a whole lot of Freemasonry stuff. I was born in Missouri. My brother, he sold dope, and he used to pay off the police. And once I found out the information, my birthday is January 17th. Once I found out the information and where I'm at now, I'm in Florida. I caught the Greyhound all the way on the 16th. I got my ticket just to see the look on their faces, like my brother and my mother, just to see the look on their faces, how they react to it, you know. And like that's what my brother told me, which I really don't believe him. He was like, "Oh, you a trust fund baby. That's why we did all this, and you got a house." So I really don't believe it. Then like I know my phone was cloned and all that stuff. So it's like then my whole YouTube feed just changed. The whole YouTube feed changed. That's why when you say like the YouTube is really bad and it's like a federal program or whatnot, they watch people.
Yeah,
That's how I know you right about that because I'm like, okay, how the hell all these card readers, tarot readers, how the fuck they know my story?
yeah, cause
It's so detailed though. I mean, like detail, like only me. Yeah, you could say some stuff like, "Oh yeah, that goes towards everybody," but this like specifically me. Like nobody will know except me, and then the government or whoever they. Because I believe them, but I believe they in on it too. Because I really don't discuss. I really don't talk to people in real life. And like this year, I ain't gonna talk to nobody.
this
Like
this
at
is
all.
why because I believe you like in a way like they are doing a lot of shit with this tarot card stuff. Like a lot of those tarot card readers is kind of fake and they're government psyop. So that's why I suggest if you really are into tarot, learn how to read your own tarot because you got to look at it like you say. you watch them and they be knowing about your life. But
No, I did. I just got hip to him. Like once I came down here, once I figured out what was going on, because you gotta remember, the devil gotta tell you the truth. He gotta tell you. So like my whole YouTube feed changed. Like 'cause I knew they cloned my phone anyway.
yeah, cause
So
you right. A lot of you, cause everyone's YouTube feed changed because they say what's on your feed is what you watch, which that's kind of true and it's kind of not true. Cause they'll be putting shit on your feed that you don't watch on your feed. If it kind of like, for example, you be watching tarot reading, then they'll put stuff about self help because they're assuming that, oh, since you watch tarot or you watch astrology or you watch content like me, you must be into this. So then they'll put others like they be adding shit in the algorithm because the algorithm is supposed the reason they have algorithm is to get you to watch content. So if they think that you're gonna want to watch a certain content, and they have they have like the analytics to be like, okay, he might watch this, then they're gonna put that on your feed. Because you say they started putting tarot card reading, but I'm sure you clicked on some of those. If it was something you didn't want to watch, why did you click on it? So a lot of the shit they put on the feed is shit that
yeah,
they think you're gonna watch as well. So you
yeah,
got like
about it.
that's what I'm
And
yeah,
that's yeah, you right about that too. They know you gonna watch it, so they gonna put it
yeah,
on there.
because it's not the same. Even when you go on Facebook, it it's all nothing but just all the content on there is shit that has nothing to do with you. But then at the same time, people click on it. Like it's not that if we went back to 2016, you will only have stuff that you watch, and it will you'll see people from like your family, friends, and just small. Now it's like nothing but ads. It's nothing but a bunch of shit that's viral or a bunch of like negative content. It's like they're trying to click for you to click and watch certain shit that you don't even want to watch. So like because most people on social media, like I would say like 80% of people on social media, they're doom scrolling. So these are people that have nothing to do in their life. They're either depressed, bored, or nothing to do, and they're on social media. So when you're bored, depressed, and you're on social media, you're doom scrolling. So when you're in a doom scrolling mindset, you're more willingly to click on certain videos than people who aren't in that mindset, who has an intentions and purpose. So they change the algorithm to put a bunch of shit they know a lot of doom scrolling people are gonna want to click. So that's why your algorithm looks all different for everyone because the way because the whole reason is to get you to click and watch something. They're not gonna put stuff you wouldn't want to watch. So if you're getting certain stuff on your feed, it's because they have a feeling you're gonna be into it, and most of the time people click on that shit. So that's
Yeah,
why I don't even click any like it's always gonna you don't even have to do nothing. They're gonna always put shit in your feed because you gotta look at it like you may let's say you watch gang stuff about gang stalking or people going through your situation. They're gonna probably the way it works. I'm assuming is somebody else who made whoever made that content you watch, they probably watch tarot reading. So they assume that you're gonna watch it. So it's like fed through a tube. So whatever that person's watching that you're watching, they may put on your channel if it kind of correlates. That's why, like you, because I noticed like you're not the first person that said this. A lot of people be saying like, "Oh, they be watching tarot. A lot of tarot cards be on my stuff." And it's because I feel it's because that tarot card is in the same algorithm as gang stalking or self help or all of this. They put all that shit in the same category. Like the stuff.
like I look at it and I'm like, okay, because I like the videos. I like the videos. Where I'm like, okay, yeah, this could help me with my case and whatnot. But like,
Yeah,
if I get deeper and start thinking, I'm like, the government, they know already. So it's like, what's the point? I got to build up and determine my case, even though I'm whatnot. And like, even with the video that I like reminded me that my mother used to work for the police, that she was psychic. She was talking to that stuff. She reminded me like, oh yeah, my mother, told me she used to work for the police and she used to model and she just a whole lot of people. And like to be honest, I've underestimated my family. That's one thing I could say. Like I underestimated people in general for real.
Yeah, man.
Today I be looking at myself, like I look a whole lot like when you was like for example, they trying to be on my nuts and be like, oh, he's an earth. Nobody not supposed to survive that, how he survived,
Yeah, you kind of breaking
and
up.
I'm looking at it like,
Yeah, you breaking up. I get like I don't know. It's just it keeps breaking up.
yeah, like every time it
Okay.
gets good, all right, it's good. Yeah, I see the bars he popped up.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what's
Here,
going on.
I can hear.
But you pretty much you were saying something about your mother or something, and she was in like I don't know. Like the way I look at it, man. Like don't even think cause you thinking all this stuff, but like is it helping you? Like at the end of the day, we all want to get better mentally and spiritually. We want to get better. You got to ask yourself like all of this stuff because you may think that they're following you, they're stalking you, you're this or that, or they had it out to get you when you were younger. But you got to look at it like what can you do right now to get better? That's it. Nothing else is really important. Yeah, I'm not saying what you're saying isn't true or valid, but you thinking about it or talking about it, you already acknowledge what was going on. So use that to help. What can you do right now? What can you do right now? Yeah, you might have to come on when you're like at the house or something, or if you got 5G data, you might have to just use the data because the Planet Fitness Wi-Fi is kind of slow. I don't see how it's 2026 and ain't nobody had no Wi-Fi. It's kind of weird. Like every Wi-Fi should be working like optimally. Yeah, yeah, I might have to drink some water to be honest, cause yeah, I'm probably gonna drink some of my water.
Yeah, it should be
Yeah,
good. I heard you talk about mental illness stuff,
yeah.
and with that being said, like I got the disability check, me and my brother,
Oh, you got a
and
disability? You got a
younger,
disability check?
I got the disability check. Like,
Okay.
um, like they say, if you get it as a child, you can get it when you're older. They don't let me get it at all. Like, I've been trying to get it. My brother, he did it, but like, they don't let me get it at
But
all.
you got it now though.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't got it. Okay, I thought you just said you got it. Never mind.
And I'm like, why they don't give me nothing? Like, and I can tell
Yeah.
you why. Like, because
The people I know who got it are the people who like because you gotta at least show them you're mentally ill. Like you gotta like at least check into a mental hospital. You gotta be going through like psychiatric crisis and the police called and then they put you in mental. You gotta have that shit documented. And when you have enough cases documented, then it makes your case easy. If you just go up there and say I'm depressed, they're not gonna give it to you. You gotta like have like situations where the police was called and you were going crazy. Like this one white dude I knew, He lived in my city or the city next over. I hung out with him one time. He got like schizophrenia. He really got it. Like this nigga was he went to LA homeless, thinking like celebrities was trying to contact him, and this nigga went to a mental hospital, everything. He got disability. And then other people I know, they were in a mental hospital and shit, they got disability. So it was like you gotta have that shit documented, like you're crazy and
Yeah,
you
they told me that the
have they
old,
done it?
I'm saying they will. Because this old lady that was a part of mine, you could say family stories or whatever. But like
Yeah,
I stayed with her. Now she got bone spasms. And I'm wondering, I'm like, why all this bad stuff is happening to people that's around? But like she got bone spasms and her husband taught me like a lot of stuff that I know. So it's kind of crazy that he passed away. And he passed away, he woke up, he was paralyzed. And he didn't die. Well, she actually killed him because he told me like, because they was together for 50 years. They an old white couple, and that was part of. But like neither that's neither here nor there. But the thing is like how he died, and then when he was paralyzed, how I visited him in the hospital. The look on his eyes, he wanted to tell me something because like some supernatural stuff happened at church. Like a couple of weeks ago. Then he woke up paralyzed. Then if you know anything about like sleep paralysis and all that, and how that's connected to the spiritual, if you don't come back the right way, you will wake up paralyzed. And
yeah,
like so that happened to him. And it's like my brother, he got cancer, the one that used to sell dope. It's like everybody that was involved in it. My brother that he dope, he got AIDS because he gay.
damn.
It's like I ain't know nothing about no black magic, none of that stuff until, like I said, my YouTube feed just changed up on me. Then they started telling, da da da. I'm like, damn, that's me. Like, that's my how would they know that? Then they get emotionally about it too.
Hmm.
All of them, like all the television reads, I'm looking at all of them, like trying to get a feel for them. One of them got emotional. Then another one, she was like, well, she was going live, and I was looking at her. She was good. It seemed like she was kind of genuine about it. And she was like, yeah, a lot of y'all slipping up, a lot of y'all giving it away because y'all putting y'all feelings into these readings and y'all not supposed to be doing that. Y'all giving it away. And then I'm like, yeah, they harassing me in a way on the internet too because they know I'm
Yeah.
before them. Really, for real, I feel good not talking to people. I said, damn, like last year, I'm like, okay, yeah, man, I say hi, being friendly. And I'm like, this,
But you gotta what's the like hey, at the end of the day, what's the point of all this though? Like I like to talk about what can you do, because like you can't just focus on other people. Like I like me personally, like if I was going through your situation, I wouldn't give a fuck about anything or anybody and the tarot card. I'd be like, what can I do in my life right now, and that's it.
trying to get some money. I'm focused on money. Like I don't
Okay,
care about, you know what I'm saying? I'm focused on money. But
but if
what
you, if
you
you
talk
focus on money though, if you want to make money, you gotta have some type of product or an idea or product that you can sell to people that can help people. That or it's either that or you're gonna do some like illegal shit. There's no
it's
other way around it. You got to do some illegal shit, or you got to get an idea or a product that you can sell to people that can help people. Other than that, you can't make money because
crazy thing about it. I just want some money. I don't even want that money. I just want to show them like, hey, I can make money. Because really, you taught me like you were teaching, you had me thinking like, man, really all you need is clean clothes and food. Like when I'm at, they feed the homeless. Like it's just homeless people. They
yeah.
just feed.
You
And
stay in a shelter?
no, I'll just sleep on the street. Like I'm gonna probably go to a shelter though, just to
Yeah.
Like they once they broke into my storage unit, I got it paid for the I ain't gotta make no payment on it till the first of the March.
Okay. You were sleeping in a storage unit?
I just had my stuff in the storage unit. But I
Okay.
just anyway, so it's like I get like 2 hours of sleep, I'm good. 4 hours, I'm definitely good. But like
Okay.
I just sleep at the park, wherever for real.
Yeah.
I feel free for real, for real. But like to be honest, like my storage unit got broken into. I'm like, cool, I can save money. I'm just not gonna have no storage unit
Yeah.
stuff anyway. Like I got that type of thinking from you. I'm like, man, I fast. I'm on really. I drink because I read somewhere like in the article they say most people they don't know whether they hungry or thirsty. And once they use most people be thirsty when they eat. Like
Yeah.
I'm on the verge now. I really don't eat. I just eat for fun. Like you said, I just eat for fun. And like the food that they give me, like I know it's killing you. I'm like the food that they do give the homeless people, it's no good. It's slowly killing you. So I just go to like Sprouts or something, still at least the walnuts or something. Some dates.
Yeah. For real. Like that's always good. Go to Sprouts and get you like just steal you some walnuts, some little thing, get like a little place. Like the way I look at it, like the spirit is always gonna have your back. If you got a plan, a purpose, the spirit's gonna watch out for you and make a way for you. So you got to look at it like you, whatever situation you're in, you can get out. But don't be trying to look for like an expectation like when. Just be like because there's something that we all need to do, and I always like to preach that because once you tap in and you locked into what you have to do, then you'll start seeing opportunities and before you know you'll get out. Because like what I would do is like if I was you, you should try to look at like housing or if you got mental illness, they got places where you could stay in a like if you have mental illness, you could stay in a like a rooming like in a boarding room with people and you get your own room. You might have to share with somebody, but it's better than being on the street. And you just gotta go to like counseling or whatever. It's like a look at like mental health services and like people with mental health. They put them in a place and you get housing just to be mentally ill. They'll let you stay there for like 2 years and then get your shit together and stuff. Like they got places like you got because there's resources out there. You gotta look for them. So that's what I'll do.
Like for real, I feel like I'm ahead of my time. I've always been ahead of my time. Like I look at it like I've been outside. I'm like, well, the house gonna be canceled anyway because the AC, the mattress. Actually, my back actually got better from sleeping on the concrete.
Yeah, I heard about that before.
So it's like then my body adapting to the cold and so really it don't phase me for real. That's why I can see why they get so mad at because nothing don't phase me. I'm like, it don't phase. The best thing you can do to me is kill me because it's like, at least I be up out of here, whatever this place is, because it's like it really told me this program taught me like, you ain't got control over your life. You could try. Like
You you
you
got
don't
you
have
got some control. You may not have full control, but you got some control. You got the control to make your life to be happy and to make your life fulfilling. You got that control, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lie. Like these other people say, you got full control, but you got to look at it though. Like we all have a certain potential we can do. So you want to maximize that potential. So what?
smile for your
Yeah, because like it's not all about money and material, but if you be yourself and do what you got to do internally, then all of that money material will come by default, and it's not like you trying to get it because you reach your potential.
yeah.
Because like you got to
Like
look at like you just got to look at it from that level.
yeah.
Because like Like it's good though. You say you don't mind sleeping out and you're able to be on the street. But like if I was you, I would like worry. You should find out what you want to do in life. Like that's legit, and then work towards that.
It's not nothing. That's the thing.
Cause I was
Like,
homeless on the street too.
it's like I did everything. I music. I got major placements, and the artist is actually from California, but he didn't drop the album because I supposed to be dead. I got the major placement 10 years ago, and I didn't even know how to sample, but somehow I made it happen. And then so it's just like I did everything I wanted to do. I became a detective. I followed my own case. I got major placement. I love to be a CPA, get my CPA, but it's like I gotta go back to school for that. So
Hmm.
you know, so it's like
Yeah,
it's nothing. Program really teaches you it drains the life out of everything. It's like so like most people are fake anyway. So it's like I don't know. Once you learn the truth about people and how this stuff really works, it's like damn, what can I do? Maybe the best thing for me to do is nothing. Just sit
yeah,
back, chill, let society take care of it. Basically, that's how I
yeah,
see it. Nothing like the YouTube, everything's about they got it's a rap really. The spiritual community think like, oh, it's 2026 and things and we gonna get this. We never had nothing. So of course we gonna expect something. But the ones that control this, they got everything to lose. You think they just gonna hand it over? Like me, for example, I'm not dumb enough to think like, oh, they just gonna hand me my trust fund over if I got a trust fund. They gonna just hand it over to good guys. Okay. They're gonna give me a hard time.
yeah. That's why I say you gotta work. You gotta work on yourself really, and just like for me, everything in my life. Every time when I would try to get something in my life, and I would work with somebody, it will always fuck up. All the things that I ever succeeded in my life, I did by myself. And I'm not saying that you can't work with people. It's just because if I look back, the people who I was working with, they were all like they weren't on the frequency. So like if I would have worked with people on a frequency, maybe it would have turned out different. But you gotta do everything yourself really.
Yeah, you do. You
You
gotta,
can't really depend on no one because I don't. That's one thing I realized. Like I don't depend on nobody for shit really. I don't expect somebody to give me nothing because that's just not how it works. You gotta work for it yourself.
really this year you said something you said anybody could be the best basketball player or the best baseball, but who gonna be the best spiritual? What you said, I said that's to me that's what I feel like my purpose. Just fast, every day, like build my energy up. Get
Yeah,
all
because
that stuff.
because
That's
what once you build your energy up, you start getting ideas. You start getting thoughts. You start feeling differently, and that changes the reality. Because you got to look at it like you be saying street. You were mentioning street theater. You mentioned this happened to your brother. All these tarot readings. Look at the energy that you're talking about. Things are happening in your reality that you're observing that you don't like. That's reflection of internal. So once you get your internal right, reverse all that to positive. You're gonna start seeing positive stuff because you're gonna be observing. Right now, you've been saying, "Oh, I seen tarot reading. This happened to my brother. This street theater. This. Those are all. Forget the actual thing that's happening. At the end of the day, those are things you don't like that you're observing. Why can't you be observing things that you do like? That's peaceful, blissful, happy, that make you laugh, and that's gonna give you stability. It's because something internally is lacking, so you don't have the fuel to create that reality. Because it's like
not.
fuel.
I feel where you not for real, cause ain't nothing lacking really. It's
But,
just like
when you say ain't nothing lacking, is it nothing lacking, or you just feel like nothing's lacking? Because there's a difference.
I can say I feel like it's nothing lacking. I'll be honest with
But
you.
that doesn't mean there's nothing lacking, though. That doesn't mean you got to look at reality. You can't look at what you think, feel. You got to look at reality and what is. And
Before
let me tell you how you could look at reality. Do you have positive thoughts and experiences more than negative ones, or is mainly negative? Because if you always observing negative and always feeling negative and always uncomfortable, that's one way to show you that you're not living in authentic truth.
this gonna bug you out. I have positive thoughts all the time, but the thing is, my life try to be negative. So it's like forces try to piss me off. But it's like I just laugh at it. Like
But sometimes positive thoughts is not really good. Like you
yeah, I
could you
know.
could so somebody could be happy they just got some dope, but yet they need to quit because their health is fucked up, their life is getting fucked up. They just sold their car, so they're happy they got dope, but they don't need it.
Right.
So you gotta look at it reality.
I just be happy like because my bike got stolen, and I knew because all this stuff. Someone's like, put your bike up in the storage unit. You know, it's the end of the year. Just walk. You know, it's a red. Blah blah blah. I chained my bike up at Burger King. I locked it up. As soon as I opened the door, this thing that tripped me out. As soon as I opened the door in Burger King, the lights went off. So like something happened with their power. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Some said nah, but I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I guess I could go in the bathroom now and really brush my teeth and wash my face and stuff now.
Yeah,
And like 10, 15 minutes, then boom, my bike. I didn't even blame the person. I said, damn, that's my fault. I should have listened to myself. But that's why when my storage unit got broken into, something said, oh, it's cold outside. Get your heat. So I got my heat. Then I know that was the main thing I was looking for was my toaster, my heat. They got my clip and stuff. Man, I had some $180 pair of shoes that I didn't wear.
yeah,
Brand I don't care about this. I just bought them when I came down here. I said these the first shoes I was told no. When I as a child I was told no to and it hurted my feelings, so I bought them. But yet I didn't want them. And I got them in February. They got so it's like nothing really don't it don't make me happy, but nothing really here don't make me happy, but it don't make me sad, dude. It's like a laugh for real. Like if all these people come together and do something positive, this would be a cool place for real. Like they if they take all this energy that they using towards me and put it towards something else, 'cause I don't have any kids or nothing. So I'm like, y'all got children and all that stuff. So how would y'all feel if y'all children do this to you? All y'all children is there like this. So to me, that's one of the reasons I'm happy though too, because I ain't got children. I said that yesterday. I said I thank God I ain't got children, 'cause ain't no telling what they do to my children if they treat me like this. So
yeah.
it's fun.
Shit,
It's fun to me though.
it's good. At least you got a positive outlook. Because some people don't got a positive outlook. So you just gotta just have a positive. It's good that you have one in this, but you gotta also look at like we also want to progress as spirit. You want to progress and move on and shit. So like it's good to have that positive outlook, but you want to use it for something like to get ahead spiritually.
Yeah,
So
like
we want like
stuff on the internet. Like you said one time too. Like some people got to be famous. I think I got to be famous. I know if I just sit, cause they gonna have to come after me eventually, cause what I did or whatnot. So they're gonna have to come and give me some answers. But I think they're gonna like they want me. That's like for example, that's why they gave me back my tablet. It was a joke. Like they want me like continue making music or something. But at this point, I'm like I know too much now, so it's like why would I even want to become famous? And then I can't
yeah
help out because like most people you don't help out, it's gonna be billionaires and stuff anyway. So like so I don't know. It's stupid. Like if you figure out the program, like damn, you can't do nothing. You get money. You can't stand it. It's their money. Then you function like too when you said the more money you make, the more you in the system. So I'm like, okay, they do give me the money and make me famous. I'm just in the system. Then they say, oh, yeah, you can make music now and work without. I'm just saying you too. Now, me personally, I don't even want like the artist. He's from California. His name Lit B, the bass guy, and like he could come out with the song today and my beat playing. And I want to tell. I just listen to it. I want to say, hey, yeah, I made this beat. I want to try to prove to nobody or nothing that I made the
Yeah.
beat. Because in my mind, like, the people in my city, they know, because it ain't a beat. It just got lyrics. It just say feel so. It's a Betty White sample. So it's like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like once you know, you like, damn, these people really follow me like this. Like I ain't got no money. I'm a nobody. Like these people got money. They celebrities. Got all this stuff. The popular kid in high school that was on stage with Lil Wayne, his mom used to rap. I'm like, y'all focus on me. I want to live life like y'all. I'm nothing special. I guess I am special. That's the thing that makes me like, okay, maybe I could do my fasting and just not work no
How,
job
how,
and just
how
work
long do you be
beside.
fasting for?
It just be a couple of days.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good though.
But I'm gonna try to get like you know for real, cause like really just a couple of days I can feel like the energy and like the hardness of it. Like
Yeah, imagine
it
if you
just
went like, imagine that compounded with 20 days. Like you be on a different, you'll be seeing life differently, and then different things will start happening in your life. Like I can't really explain it, but you'll notice once you get a lot, a lot, a lot of the change that you want in your life, you gotta change within and how you think and feel, and then that's gonna change a large percentage of your life. People, different situations, even times you probably might find certain shit on the ground that can help you. That you're like, how the fuck does this get here? It's because you want a different, like your mind, because all of that's changing the way you think and feel, and then it changes the world because it's like it's reflection. So like when you get into a certain awareness, you change internally. All that other shit change, even down to a point you start coming up with ideas that you never come up with to get yourself out of your situation and make it better.
and one of
Like,
like I did one of the reasons I don't really focus on it too much because it be too much. Like I could like telepathy, like head kicking. I have and like one time I was on break, I was on my lunch break, and like I really ain't got to fast, but like if I watch what I eat and stuff like that and really be on it, like my
yeah, yeah,
vibration be so high. Like, but I
you that then focus
like,
on that.
really,
Like you're right because like
but I
not
was
everybody meant for fasting. Some people, all you gotta do is eat alkaline, eat vegan, change your diet, and that's enough. Like me, I'm speaking for me, but like there's people that if they just go on a liquid diet, go on a vegan, raw vegan, eat fruit, that's enough to get your energy up. So I will suggest try that. Just go on like all raw vegan, like you say, get walnuts, fruit, vegetables. Stay eating that. That will get your energy up as well.
yeah,
Shit. So what the fuck? Uh,
yeah, I need to do it too. My tooth. I'm the one that asked you about the stir bite,
oh
the
yeah.
tooth stuff. You told about I had like three pills and they took all my stuff. I was like, damn, they took
Oh,
that.
oh you used it? You still white?
Yeah, they gave me like three pills though. I wanted to like, yeah,
Did it work?
yeah, it worked. Yeah, it really does. I need to
Yeah,
get another one.
yeah. No. There's a better one. The still bite is expensive. I don't do that. There's this one. Go on Amazon. Go to type in mouth gum serum. I'm gonna type it in the chat. It's called mouth. Go on Amazon. Type in mouth gum serum. It's gonna be in a blue and white box, and it has a picture of like some white lady with her teeth, oh, her she's showing her teeth, and it's like a and it's like a green and white box. It's like $16. Use
Cool.
that. It's a oil. That shit is it's potent oil. It's like organic peppermint oil, cypress oil, lemon oil, clove oil. It has a whole bunch of organic oil and it's concentrated and it's stronger, it lasts longer. It's cheaper too. Use that, put that on your
Yeah,
teeth. That
cool.
shit
Good
work.
looking.
My,
Yeah, they took
my
my
mom,
peppermint.
yeah. They took your
They took,
what? Oh, I was saying my mom,
I
she
had
had a
peppermint oil and clover.
oh you did no, don't get the serum. Because when you get peppermint oil, clove oil, it don't work as strong as the serum. Because the peppermint oil, clove oil is good, but the serum they formulate it in a lab in a certain way where when you put it in your teeth, your teeth like it takes that shit in. When you just go to the grocery store and get clove oil, it's not as strong. The
Mm,
serum like they formulate that shit so it like it goes in the gum and it like kills that shit. Cause my mom she had a tooth infection. She was on it like she couldn't even like get off the couch because her mouth was fucked up. And she was about to go to the dentist. I said, take this. She took that in 2 days. She didn't even need to go to she hasn't been to the dentist since. That shit it could get rid of a toothache.
yeah,
That
that's
shit is
good.
powerful.
Yeah,
She was about to go to a dentist, and some sound like just take this thing, and then they don't want you knowing about
yeah,
this shit.
I'm gonna get that and that mouthwash stuff today.
Yeah, when you it's like an oil. You could put it in some water, swirl it around, put it on your toothpaste, or put it on your finger, rub it on your gums. That shit it heals the teeth. It don't just kill bacteria. It heals that. So your gums gonna be tighter. Everything.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's
Shit,
what's
but
up though. Like you
I'm
like
about, I'm about, I'm about to get off this shit in a minute though.
yeah, I
Anything else you
feel you.
got to? Yeah,
No,
I
no,
gotta go.
you just say you put me on to something new. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
about to get back on this bus and whatnot. Get some
Yeah,
sunlight.
for sure.
Yep.
I'm about to be online. Yeah, the internet was kind of slow this time. Next time, shit, we gotta. Hopefully, the internet works better.
Yeah.
But
All right, then I'm about to get on out of here.
all right then, bro. All right then, later. Yeah, I'm about to end this. Hold on. Yeah, I'm about to end this live. All right then, everyone. Shout out to everybody in the room. Yeah, I might have to. I'm not gonna end this fast, but I'm probably gonna just transition to water fasting because right now I was just dry fasting right now. I think it's been about like 7 days with no water, with no water. I'm gonna probably just transition to water fasting because yeah, I'm getting kind of. I think when I was talking a lot, it kind of drained a lot of my energy. That's why I gotta um, save my energy really. But I'm gonna hit everyone up later and see. He said, "What's your thoughts on Venezuela?" I don't know what's happening in Venezuela. I can give a fuck about Venezuela. Um, yeah, but I'm gonna hit everyone up later. I'm a bit to be out. I'm kind of losing my energy because I'm talking a lot, doing this fast. So, but I'm out, guys. Peace.